Okay, so now I have a main method, and as you can see, all my previous methods are defined right before it. I don't have method initializers, which is bad practice, but hey, for this case, we're just going to be putting everything together. And so for the first thing we're going to do is I need to create a generic list. And so the way I do that is I do struct list pointer. I'm going to make a list, and we need to malloc it. So we need to, before we do anything, I need to declare memory so we can store the head and the tail pointers. So I'm going to do size of struct list, and I'm going to give it a semicolon there. And now we can call the first method we made, which is our list init method. And so that that initializes everything to what we want. So that's going to take the list and initialize it. And so now we've currently initialized the list. The next thing we need to do is we need to create a person object that we've made. Where is it? That person object right there. So we're going to make a person object to be able to insert into the list. So let's do that right now. So I'm going to make a struct person, and let's make it a pointer. AJ, we're going to name it after me. And we'll do malloc again, size of struct. I could have typed up these, but I think it's just it's a little bit easier to look at to know these what's structure, what's not, because you can get a little bit confused. And let's define AJ age equals, I'm going to give it a fake age, AJ first initial equals A. Hey, did you know my first initial is AJ? Now you guys can look me up maybe. I don't even know. And height, I'm going to say 170, and that's going to be centimeters. And we'll make it 0.23 because it's a float, and I love the number 23. So there you go. I've got my struct person here. And so I'm not going to do anything with the struct list element pointer of it. That is going to be filled in for me automatically when I push and pop. And so now what I'm going to do here is we are going to call our list push front method. And so what our list push front method is going to do is it's going to push onto the list. So I'm going to use my list push front method. Oh, oops. List push front, and that's going to take my list, and that's going to take the list element associated with our structure here, which is going to be the address of AJ element. Yes. And it's taking the address because I did not make this element right here a pointer. So, you know, a little bit complications, but make sure you understand that list push front takes a pointer, and so I need to give it the address of it. So there we go. So hopefully, let's try running this code just as a procedure here. And there were errors. Where were there errors? Why did I not check this? Remove, conflicting types for remove. Oh, there was another method in the H files named remove as well. So we need to rename this list remove. Is that all the humbug it is going to give us right now? Yes, I believe so. So we need to call that list remove, and then I need to call this list remove. Oh yeah, that's why it's giving me it as a keyword right there. And let's try running it now. And we're good. Okay, sweet. So now we successfully, hopefully we pushed onto it, but we don't really know yet. So what we're also going to do is I'm going to call pop front right here, and pop front is going to give me what I want. But to do pop front, we need to do another few things. So list, I'm going to make a struct person pointer. It's going to be called returned. And so now what we need to do is we need to do that macro I was talking about earlier. So now we get to fully understand what the list entry macro is doing. And so to get something back from my linked list, I need to do the list entry method. And so the list entry method, the first thing it takes is it takes the list pointer of what I want. So the way we're going to do that is it's going to take the list pop front method. So list pop, is it going to figure it out for me? Yes, it is. List pop front, and then the second thing it takes is the structure I want my pointer to be able to find. I'm going to put this on each new line just so it's easier here. So it takes a struct person. I could make it anything I wanted. And then the last thing it takes is it takes the name of the list element structure within my person, the actual name of it. So it's element. And you can just pass an element, and that'll be perfectly okay. And so now I'm going to run this, and I'm going to get some errors. unused variable return. Well, that's not that bad. So now what we'll do is, what about we actually use that variable to see if I was able to get some things. So let's print out my age. So let's print out %d. I'll say age is this, and then let's do initial %c, and then let's do what's the next thing? Height, and then that's %f. And now, so I'm gonna do returned, and then what's my person? It's gonna be age, and then it's gonna be returned. It's gonna be returned f initial. My God, I love autofilling in, man. Whoever thought of this is a genius. And then height, and then whoop. And now what are we getting? Oh, sorry. So another error we're getting when I try to run it is that we're getting that the list tail and the list, these are incompatible pointers. And the reason because that is incompatible is because I'm stupid and didn't do a little bit of testing, and that these are not pointers right here like I showed you in the structure. So I just simply need to give these the address operator right here. It's going to go away now. Okay guys, I'm back here. Another stupid mistake I made is that in my list push front method, I just said it was insert, but it needs to be insert before, or whatever you call this method. It needs to be called the same as the method you defined. And so as you can see, I kind of ruined it here, but I ran my code which hasn't changed at all except for the realization that I made a stupid blunder there. And when I run my code, I get ages 33, initial A, height, pretty close to 170.3. So I was able to actually, print out the structure, push it onto the list, remove it, and get it back. So just for some better testing, what we're going to do right here before we end this video off is let's create another person object. So let's make person Bob equals Malik. What the heck? Let's just copy this because it's the same thing. Now maybe a better thing would be do is make an array of these objects so then I can quickly make them for testing. But right now I'll just set Bob age. Oh, I misspelled person. I'm going to set Bob's age to 100 because that is a great age to be at. And so what I'm going to do here is I am going to push Bob. All I need to do is this. I'm going to push Bob and then AJ, and then simply I'm going to print out just the age because that's all Bob has, just for quickness right here. And so I'm going to push on Bob first, and then I'm going to pop. So I should push on Bob, and then I should push on AJ. But AJ is I'm pushing to the front, so AJ will be the first element, even though I'm inserting in as the second element because I'm pushing onto the front. So then hopefully AJ's age is actually returned, and then Bob's age is returned later. So again, why did it not like me here? Oh, it's because I forgot quotes, guys. Don't ever forget quotes. And cancel. We got a comma too. And let's see what we get. I get age is 33 with that space comma stuff. I'll get rid of it right there. So AJ was properly popped off because it was inserted into the beginning of the list. What about, let's just say I'm going to call, before I actually get list pop, before I actually call the macro list entry, I'm going to pop another time. So hopefully now that there's two things in the list, I now get Bob as the age because I popped AJ off right here on line 78, and then I properly got Bob returned to me in the list entry method down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope everything is great, and have a great day, and always try to learn something new every day. Hi guys, thanks for watching. If you want to see more, please click subscribe and have a great day. Also comment if you want to see anything else.